Hey guys, it's Kidzu, and as we all know, CSGO is fun, competitive, and challenging. But the best thing about the game is its pay to win factor, because having skins makes you a better player in all aspects. Obviously not, but it's always fun to be able to pull out your gun and have a nice weapon skin, and to make sure everyone else knows that. But there is a problem with that. Skins cost money. A lot of money. So how do you go about getting nice skins for your loadout without having to break the bank? Well, if you are willing to invest a little into your CSGO look, here is a full loadout of cheap skins that are restricted tier or over to dazzle your inventory. Keep in mind that prices will change depending on the market. The prices in this video have been taken from the Steam store, so you might be able to find even cheaper versions on CS Money or Skin Barons or similar third-party skin sites. Just make sure you use trusted ones if you do. Now, to start off with pistols, the Glock is a good gun to get a skin for because you'll always have it equipped on T-side. A good skin, I think, looks really nice and it's really cheap, it's not even $1. The Moonrise, it's a purple coloured Glock and it shows like a moon and some cityscape. And I might be biased, but the skin itself is actually really artistic and it's probably one of the coolest, cheapest skins for the Glock. The next pistol is the dual Berettas. Now this is one of the most useful and most used pistols in CSGO, but there aren't that many skins for it, oddly. However, the Royal Consort give you a cheap option to make the dualies look very elegant and royal, obviously. It gives a cheap skin an expensive look and it's definitely worth it for just 45 cents if you happen to main the dualies for some reason. The Nevermore for the P250 stands out. It's flashy without being too flashy and it won't force you to have to eco on a skin for this gun because it's just over $1. The Bamboozle is actually a pretty good deal for the Tech 9. It's only 35 cents and when you look at its wear, factory new, field tested, it doesn't have that many scratches. It's colourful and it's a pretty creative way of using the barrel of how it looks and it's really cheap for what it is. For the CT skins, the flashback for the USB looks badass, especially with its graffiti and hardened look, and it's only $1.30, so it's definitely worth it for the USB. The CZ Tactica is definitely Overwatch. They've taken Diva and they've just slapped it onto the CZ, and there's nothing wrong with that. Spend another $1.30 and you've got yourself a dope CZ, or CZ depending whatever you say. You'll have to spend a little bit more for the 5.7 monkey business. It's literally a banana and it's not that expensive, it's just over $2, so it's definitely a good deal and it's a classified skin on top of that. The banana is just worth it. The Deagle is iconic, so you're obviously going to want to have a skin for that. Now, there are loads of cheap and expensive skins for the Deagle, but the light rail meets in the middle by looking nice and being cheap, with it only being $1.30. Not too flashy, but still going to get the job done and give you a nice skin. Now, if you're in the market for a real gun, the reboot for the R8 is just 60 cents. And it actually looks really badass. I kind of wish there were more skins that have this style. It kind of looks like a really angry and buff Cyrex, so if you are that one guy who doesn't stop making revolver noises in Nova matchmaking, this is definitely the skin for you. Whilst editing, I just realised I missed out the P2K, so I'm just throwing this in. The P2K Obsidian is only $1.20 and it looks pretty good. Coming to the SMGs, we'll start off with the Mac 10. Now the Mac 10 has lots of pretty good skins and I would say the heat is good bang for your buck, as they say. Its glowing outlines makes it stand out and it's definitely a nice skin for just under $1. The MP9 Goo is quite nice. It's not the flashiest of all skins, but it's got a pretty unique pattern, so it's not bad for just 30 cents, you might as well just get it. If you're the kind who just likes slapping the MP5, which isn't weird at all, the Agent skin is only 60 cents. Not much to say, but it's pretty classy. I'm not sure if that's the right word, maybe minimalistic, but it looks nice. The MP7 Power Core is only $1.60 and it's really green, so it's going to stand out, so it's going to be a good addition to your restricted skins loadout. You're not going to camouflage against most wars with this skin, so just make sure you solo cash with it. Now for the UMP, we're going to revisit another skin from the pistols. You'll only need to spend 60 cents to get a Moonrise UMP. For the same reason as the Glock, you should definitely get this skin. Now for the P90, it's slightly more expensive at $2, but the Shapewood isn't an overly fancy skin, but it's elegant for some reason. It's a classified skin, so if you feel like upping your tiers for your loadout, make sure to give it a try. Now the PP. The PP. There are quite a few good skins for the good old PP, but the High Roller is actually badass. I actually want this kind of skin on more guns. It's the most expensive SMG skin on this list at $2.60, which is pretty stupid considering it's just not a gun most people use, but it's definitely worth upgrading to this classified skin when you want to run and gun and just not kill anyone in your silver matches. Before we get into the rifles, we'll go through the heavy loadouts. At just $1.60, you can get the toy soldier for the Nova. It looks quite good and I'm sure it'll give some people nostalgia because of how identical it is to the plastic soldier toy things, obviously. And keeping with the shotguns, the XM Seasoned is only 60 cents. Don't expect a blue leaf, but still looks good regardless. It's got a leaf pattern that overlaps, that almost looks like scales, so I think it looks pretty good and it's definitely worth it for literally just 60 cents. And with 70 cents, you can get that Hunganyanye gun, the Swag 7 Mag 7. It's kinda cringe to say the name, but doesn't it feel good to know your enemy has been killed by a Swag 7? Now this is pretty stupid to spend this much on a gun you might not use, but if you spend $5 you can get the Devour for the sword off. Its cartoony look makes it a definite eye catcher and it's a classified skin on top of that. There are other sword off skins that might be cheaper, but this is probably one of the best. Again, this is a pretty stupid decision. There are cheaper Negevs, but the Loudmouth for the Negev does top $4, but it's one of the brighter and colourful Negev skins, and that means that they will not only hear you using the Negev, but they're gonna see you using it as well. Negev, good gun. Now, the M249 Nebula Crusader is a really nice skin for just $1.60. In my opinion, it kinda looks like a skin I'd see out of 6 Siege, with all of its art and stuff, but it is a really nice skin for a gun that you're just not gonna use. Now for the main part, the rifles. The main kind of gun everyone uses. We'll start off with the famous Valance. It's only $1.40 and I think it's a really nice skin. It's got a futuristic look that I dig and it's definitely worth it if you main the famous. The $2 Yellowstone Cold is one of my personal favourites. It's shiny and it's metallic and it's bright blue, so it definitely stands out. It's got a sort of modern look that I really like. The AK is definitely a favourite for most people, so there are many AK skins and a lot of them are really pricey. The Emerald Pinstripe is like a nice in-between. It's not too expensive for an AK skin at just $2.20. It's somewhat elegant and classy. If you are an AK fan though, I would say go the extra bit and invest a little bit more into maybe a red line. It is a classified skin, but if that's out of your budget then the Emerald Pinstripe does do a good job. Now the M4 Griffin is famous for making people think it was going to be the next Hound, so a lot of people started stocking up on them. Now thanks to Valve for not removing it as contraband, you can get your own for just $3.80. It's not bad and good original art. At a slightly higher price of $5, the M4 Decimator is definitely worth it if you play the M4A1S. It's colourful and it stands out and it's badass. I would say spend a little bit more for this classified skin, it's one of my favourites. The Cyrex is definitely a nice skin. Some people might say it's too common, but that doesn't make it look bad. At $3.80 you can get an SG Cyrex and it looks pretty dope. It's a classified skin and if you're still playing the SG after the nerf, then the Cyrex is definitely one that you need to get for this gun. The CT counterpart of the SG, the AUG, has had the opposite and it's been buffed. The Arctic Wolf for just $2.40 will give you a sleek AUG skin that's colourful and it's worth adding to your loadout. It's cheap and it's a pretty fun skin. The AWP is another iconic CS weapon, so you're definitely going to need a skin for that. I would say two good choices for the AWP is between the Atheris and the Fever Dream. I really love the Atheris because it just looks awesome. The Fever Dream definitely looks good, especially if you're into the graffiti style. Both are similarly priced at around $7.40, one of the more expensive skins for this loadout, but it's definitely worth it because it's an AWP. The Fever Dream is a classified skin, so that might make you prefer it, but both skins deserve to be on this list for the AWP. The Scout is another sniper that is used quite often. It's like an AWP if you aim a bit higher. The Bloodshot for this gun is just $3.30 and it's an actual badass gun. It's a classified skin and it doesn't just look awesome, but after you shoot you can see the bolts are skinned as well. It's gruesome but awesome. Now for the autos. If you're going to buy a skin for the autos, you might as well make them look nice. The Stinger for the G3 something will cost you just 47 cents. You might as well just put it on. The skin itself doesn't look bad. It's got a modern yellow and grey colour scheme and that fits pretty well. The Scar Power Core will be only $1.60 and it's like its MP7 counterpart. It's bright, obnoxiously green just as you will be obnoxiously spamming it down mid, so it's not bad. Now if you want a knife for your loadout, then getting the gut knife freehand is a pretty good option. I know a lot of people aren't fans of the gut knife, but for just $97, the freehand is a pretty cool skin pattern. So if you are looking to add a knife to fully flesh out your loadout, I would recommend this one. Now this whole loadout minus the knife will cost you just under or over $60, depending on how the prices of the skins fluctuate and change. But with these skins, you'll have an entire loadout of restricted and of the odd classified skin that you can show off to your mates and have everyone asking you to drop them so they can just use your skins. Now $60 is still quite a lot to spend on just skins for a game, but if you really do enjoy playing CS and you feel like the skins will just make you happier, it's definitely worth to invest a little bit to have a little bit more fun. Happiness is priceless, isn't it? Now that's all there is for this cheap loadout list, so if you have any other cheap skins that you think that might be good for this list, make sure to leave them in the comments so that others can check out what skins they could get. And to help you to get started on setting up your new loadout, I'll be giving away an M4A1S decimator like the one in the video, so if you want this skin, all you need to do is like and share the video, subscribing would be awesome, and comment below why you want the skin and your trade link so I can send it to you if you win it. I will be doing more giveaways in other videos, so if you want to take part, make sure you keep up, subscribe and hit that bell so you can know when I post a video. But in the meantime, I hope you guys enjoy this video and I hope this was useful, and I hope you guys can use this to make your inventories look badass.